What's up, everybody? It's your boy Smellsworth. This is the Saltcast, the official podcast of the Salt Mine 1v1 tournament series. It's co-hosted by myself and the show match god, Johnny Boy. Each week, we interview pros and figureheads from the Rocket League community to find out their backstories and how they got to where they are now. The show is recorded live on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/smellsworthless every Tuesday or Wednesday. So sometimes you might hear references to the chat or the inevitability of me messing up audio production, and occasionally something doesn't translate well to audio. Stick with us. We're getting better at these things every show, and if you'd like to, obviously come by and catch the show live every week. The show will be published on all podcasting platforms, YouTube, and on Twitch. If we happen to miss your platform, send me a message. We'll fix it right away. You can find all these releases, the stream schedule, and more at my site, smelly.af. That's right, smelly.af. Now it's time to enjoy the show.
Good idea. So Noly from Guild, everybody, having a, I would say in the grand scheme of things, now that they've announced the first major event for RLCS Season X, I'd say that you guys are having an all right season so far. Definitely not the season that everybody expected. Definitely not the season that all the fans were maybe hoping for in their wildest dreams. But it's getting the job done, getting some points on the board. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the episode. But to start off, let's do a little history of Noly. But this is history that Wikipedia won't tell you. Usually wikipedia.net/Rocket League has all the information that you could ever want to know about any Rocket League player. However, there's a little bit of a blank space in Noly's history. And that is that I believe you teamed with Marky Duda at one point. But it's not listed, or not teamed. But did you try and play in a qualifier or something with him, or did you scrim with him?
We played the Gfinity. It was me, him, and Flocky. But we tried to play it, but Marky didn't sign up in time. Like he forgot to check in, so we can't rank for the rest of the night.
Why isn't Marky still a pro? It's so mysterious. So mysterious. The amount of times I've been on like a Discord call with Marky and he's like, "Oh, I gotta sign up for this tournament," and like the tournament's basically started playing. I can't count them on the two hands. That's hilarious.
Apparently, you got to turn Noly up a little bit. By the way, Matt.
Okay.
Or make me quieter, I guess.
Let's do
one of those two. That's why Marky's not listed as playing a tournament with you, because it never actually happened. As I remember, Marky's told me that you were one of the players that he'd like mentored, and he'd really taught you everything you knew, and that one day you were going to make it big time, and that you're when you qualified for a rival series, Marky was like, "I knew you would make it, Noly, my son." What's the true story behind all this? How much has Marky exaggerated this?
That's true. Every single bit of it. Like,
really?
One time, he asked if I wanted to play twos, like when I matched against him. And I was like, sure. So we played at least 3 times a week for maybe 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
He was mentoring me, telling me, what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing. He even helped me set up my 144 hertz monitor at the time.
Wait, Marky helped you with something technical?
Yeah.
I do. Okay, that's honestly, of all the things you just said, the least believable aspect by far.
That's
Marky,
true.
have you seen Marky's monitor? It's like going back in time. You're looking at like Windows 95 or something. If there even was a Windows 95, I don't know what operating system he's got, but
well, I mean, he attempted programs to help me, so
he helped you. Wow, so you're even more prehistoric than Marky when it comes to computers. Don't look for me and Matt to help you out either. I think our combined knowledge of everything related to running a podcast is, by the sounds of things, incredibly low. But wow, so
I'm
Marky
pretty good at. I'm pretty decent with other computer stuff, but certainly like OBS and all this stuff is very new. Actually, how's Tho with like technical stuff? Because Scrubkilla is also completely inept. You're all bad.
Terrible.
Okay, makes sense.
We're all hopeless.
That was part of the tryouts.
Says Greg, and just running around plugging in.
Oh, he's hopeless too.
Oh no,
he's still better than us, but he's still hopeless.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is any of the guild employees know how to like plug in a toaster? Are you all? Do you know?
Yeah, we have. I mean, behind the scenes, we have amazing people like helping us constantly. It's just that us four are just knock it out with a technical
Now
stuff.
there's the PR training coming in. Guild are going to be so proud of that answer. Well done. I like that.
I try my best.
Doing good. You're doing good. So I'm really surprised to hear that everything that Marky said was true.
Yeah, I thought it was all lies. I thought no way.
I
did you
remember
teach
when
Noly how to play.
I remember when you were like when you guys were playing together, because it's usually what happens is Mark and I will play for a while and then he'll just get so tired of deranking that he'll find a good player and then we'll go on, like we'll be playing a lot like what you were talking about. We'll go on this big streak and then he'll find somebody good and then he just like leaves me for a while and he always comes back. But I remember him talking about you. He's like, yeah, this guy's a savant. He's like really, really good. And he's like picking up the game really quickly. Like how long, like how much time did you spend in Rocket League before, before I guess you started playing with like Marky?
Well, I mean, I came to PC in 2017. So I was an, Xbox noob at the time.
Oh, wow.
So I still had like 2,000 hours maybe. And then like came to PC, played 1,000 hours, and then that's when I started getting into people like Marky and Pugsy and Zenzus, and like they were the people who helped me the most, to become the player I am today.
Interesting. Bugsy, that's a name that I've not heard for a while. Is he still playing?
No, I don't think so.
He had a good run at Gfinity one time. Popped off,
Yeah,
and then he kind of disappeared. So this is all pre-Xenomoon. We're talking about pre-Xenomoon. Xenomoon was Noly's first noteworthy team, and you mentioned
that was my first ever team.
First ever team. So yeah, you mentioned one of the players there, Zenzus. He was on that team with you, and Twitch chat can, even if you don't know, they could probably guess who the third player was. If the team's called Xenomoon and the players are Zenzus, Noly, and somebody whose name has Moon in it, it's quite limited, really, who that could be. So yeah, Monkey Moon, who's right now just dominating Europe, and some people are calling him the best player in the world.
One of the best players in the world, yeah.
Yeah, certainly one of the best, no question about that. But you played your first ever team with Monkey Moon and Zenzus. Zenzus was a little bit maybe on the way out. He went from RLCS to RL rival series, and then playing in the bubble teams. But Monkey Moon, this was his rise, and you as well. So what was it like playing in that team with those two?
I mean, it was a bit weird at first because they were both known players. Like Monkey Moon would be on your 1v1 series, and Zenzus has been RLCS before. So it was like I had a lot of pressure coming in because nobody knew Noly. So,
except Marky Duda. Except Marky.
Who replaced Zenzus on XL, actually.
Yes.
Yes, it was, yeah.
But yeah, tell us more about Xenomoon, because that's a really interesting team. Now, see, like knowing that, like you said, Zenzus came from RLCS, and now you and Monkey Moon are playing in top teams in RLCS. You all started way back at the start of 2019 together, right?
Was it 2019?
Yeah, it was. I believe it was January 2019. I'm looking at Wikipedia, so 20th of January, 2019.
I mean, I always knew I wanted a team with Monkey Moon because even back then he was like one of the best in the world. Even though he wasn't RLCS, he was still amazing to play with. And then Zenzus was just always nice, bringing up the vibes. He had the experience too, so it was a perfect team to play on.
What specifically like about Monkey Moon makes him easy to play with? Like what does he do on the field that's easy?
He just does everything. Like you want him to score, he'll score. You want him to save, he'll save. He is one of the perfect players.
That's interesting.
High praise.
Did you guys have many or any good results as that team? Because I mean, if people hear the name Zenzus, Noly, Monkey Moon, they're probably thinking, "Wow, that's actually a really good team." And they don't realize how good of a team that is until years later, maybe, or 1 year later. But yeah, what sort of results were you getting? Were you taking down any big names?
I mean, before we made RLRS, we won a rival esports tournament, and we beat, I think it was Flipside in the final.
You actually did. I find that. I'm trying to remember what iteration of Flipside this was.
This was Mystic.
It was a Mystic Speed
and
one.
Speed, yeah.
Pretty good. And I mean, well, other teams in that tournament, Vitality, were they forfeited? Not sure. They probably just thought that they were against you round one, and they're like, "Now we're forfeiting."
K-Doc was in the gym. so he didn't want to leave.
What? Kid, I was too busy doing bicep curls. He's like on his
Yeah.
20th set of incline bicep curls in the gym. Can't go and play a tournament. What was the prize pool of this tournament? It was $1,000. Get up, mate.
Yeah.
Get out the gym. They could have won 700. Instead, you guys round one them because K-Dop's in the gym. Then you beat Mouse Sports 4-3. It's Alex T-Grain a lot. And then you beat Flipside Speedcoxer Mystic. $700 in the bag. Thank you, K-Dop.
Yep. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I think I am. But after we won that tournament, we had Veloce messaging us to sign us before they even got Freaky. Who was it? Freaky Flame and Neil's code, I think.
I think so.
So yeah,
yeah.
That's a thing not many people know.
They were like,
Podcast exclusive.
Yeah.
you get scouted out. So what happened to that team? It sounds like it was going pretty well. How did it end up breaking apart?
Monkey Moon had offers from AUG, so he was going to join them. And I mean, I always knew he was going to join a, better team. And then Zensis just kind of stopped playing, so I moved on to find new teammates.
Makes sense. Those new teammates were
Godsmiller and Tho.
Was it straight to Godsmill and Tho? Because I actually see that there was
there was a bit of a mix.
Yeah, there's a little bit of Arju in there
before
Tho. So you tried with Godsmill and Arju. Was that just like not quite what you were hoping for? That's why you
that was an amazing team as well.
Okay.
Like I was kind of set on teaming with Godsmiller.
Mm-hmm.
And Tho messaged me saying he wanted a tryout, and I always wanted to play with Tho since he was on MCon with Mike Boy and Justus.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of just leaned towards Tho, and Smiller leaned towards Arju, and at the time it would have been Virtuoso as well.
Mm.
So yeah, I think it was like a week before RLRS qualifiers. And Smiller just came to me and Tho and said he wants to play with us, and then we made it.
Yeah, you guys made RLRS with Smiller Tho, right?
Yeah.
The team, yeah. And then you went straight into RLCS that first season, right?
Yeah, we did.
That's pretty quick rise, really. I mean, you've had your first team in January 2019 with Zensis and Monkey Moon. And then Monkey Moon got poached, we're gonna say, for the benefit of this story sounding as dramatic as possible. And then basically your very next team, well, you were like, okay, me and Godsmill +1. You just qualified for Rival Series, made it into RLCS first try. That's pretty insane. The 1 year from first team to RLCS. I don't know how many people have done that, but there really can't be that many people. And now, of course, with the new system, that'll never happen again. So one of the Twitch chat analysts, go and find out how many players have actually done that. Have had their first competitive team and then made RLCS within a year. That's got to be a really short list of players. But you're one of them. And Godsmill and Tho was the team that made it happen. What was that team like? What stories have you got behind the scenes? Obviously, you're still playing with Phil, but Godsmilla is no longer a teammate after the benching.
Yeah. I mean, it was always good vibes. Like, we were all good friends inside and outside of the game. And for stories, I don't think there's many that are too interesting. We kind of just got on to play, and that was it. I'm trying to think of some from when we boot camped in Denmark. What are some stories?
Is that a Singularity team house in Denmark?
It was a facility.
Okay, interesting.
It was really nice as well, and like everyone from Singularity was amazing too. Okay, what stories do I have from Denmark? I mean, it was my first time meeting people from like the online world, so I was a bit nervous, and I don't know if you remember, but it got cancelled. Like we were supposed to play on February 2nd, which would have been my birthday, and that was our first game in RLCS ever. and it got cancelled due to some server issues.
Really?
So we played it a week later, and we played Oxygen or Reciprocity at the time,
Yeah.
and then we lost to them.
Yeah, because that was yeah. You still played the first RLCS season, and you got 7th, right? It was season 9,
Yeah,
I believe. Which at 7th was like, I mean, that was the one season between the old format and the new format in Season X, where there were 10 teams in the league, and different like things happened for lots of different placings. 7th was basically the nothing happens to you placement. It's
yeah,
like,
the
so
irrelevant.
we don't go to relegations, we don't get immediately relegated, we don't go to playoffs, we don't go straight to Worlds. We're just like in the middle, we're just chilling out here. So I mean, how much of a success was that, going from, we're still talking a year between starting Rocket League competitive and making 7th place in RLCS out of 10? Were you hoping for more, or were you like,
Yeah.
okay, let's just be glad we didn't get relegated?
I wanted top 4. I feel like I deserved
Wow.
top 4 as well. Like, I was
Wow.
putting in way more hours than every other pro. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but pros, on the older side, they have retired because they don't want to put in 120 hours past 2 weeks. Like they're playing 40 hours past 2 weeks, and then they become washed. So, I just felt like if I had more experience, I definitely could have came top 4.
I've just checked your account. You've got 89.6 hours the past 2 weeks.
I'm
So
kinda
unless you've
slacking
got
right
a
now.
Smurf account, you've got a lot of
I
explaining
do
to
have
do.
I do have a Smurf account. I play
Okay.
with my friends, so and that's got like
Okay.
50 hours.
Oh, okay, you're good then. That's like 140. Good answer again.
But it's
Very good
against like
dodge.
1600s, so
Hey, it still counts, still getting those mechanics in. Car
I
and the
guess
ball
so.
is the same, even if the players are different.
So you put in a lot of work. Here sounds like you have a good work ethic. Do you approach practice at all differently than anybody else, or how much time do you spend on like practicing mechanics, like in free play or trainer versus like just playing ranked and whatnot?
I mean, we scrim and do the field at least like 2 to 3 hours a day. So say we do 3 hours of that. I usually do free play for 2 hours. I do replay analysis on my own for like an hour or two, like whether it be watching me, like myself, or other teams.
Yeah.
And then I play ranked with Devo, who's like my best mate online.
Of course, you
For the rest of
both
the day.
sound the same, so how couldn't you be?
Yeah, exactly.
It's that Liverpool accent. Don't know how obvious is that to you, Matt, as a non-UK?
Well, I wouldn't be able to tell you it's Liverpool, but I can tell that it's not London, for instance, or that it's from somewhere.
There's the south and the north accents. So
Yeah.
Liverpool, one of the northern ones.
Yeah.
Very different. But yeah, Liverpool Diva's quite well known for that. I think when I heard you talk,
Ixo's a northerner too, right? Is Ixo a northerner?
No, he isn't.
He isn't.
Yeah, I think he's just south of the line. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure where Ixo's from. Actually, do you know?
I do not.
Maybe the man himself will reveal. But yeah, he's got a bit more of a south accent. Derby, is he from Derby? Okay, that's definitely nothing like Liverpool. But anyway, yeah, we're massive tangent. You play ranked with Devo, so you do 2 hours of free play, an hour of replay analysis, ranked with Devo. How long would that take? Do you just play till you lose?
No, we play like 2 or 3 hours.
Oh wow!
And like each night.
2v2.
Yeah, 2v2.
Nice. How important do you think that is, ranked 2v2? Because it's a pretty split thing.
Important.
Some pros are saying, ranked is pointless. I get worse when I play ranked.
The ones who are saying ranked is pointless are the ones who will be washed first. Like, look at the French players; they play ranked the most, and they're the best. So
true.
That's
I would agree.
Point.
I think ranked is very important. I've seen this in many esports. The players who are rank 1 and pushing for rank 1 are very often the players who are winning tournaments and getting the best contracts for the best teams. There's a obviously a correlation, and it happens in Rocket League all the time. All the best ranked players, they just end up winning tournaments, even if it's like a year down the line. I mean, Fairy Peak actually used to get a bit of criticism back when he was in the old Vitality. I don't know, were they Vitality back then? Yeah, they were with Pashy and Freaky. Fairy Peak was getting a bit of criticism because he didn't win, he didn't get first and everything, and people are saying, well, what's the point of being first in all the rank ladders if you're not first in tournaments? And then now, teams have okayed up and does start getting first and everything. I think it's just it comes with time, probably more than anything else. You got to land the right team, but the players who are pushing those rank ones, getting wide champ before anybody else, are definitely doing something right.
Yeah, have you been pushing top 1 on any of the lists or trying for it?
In twos, yeah. Like it usually fluctuates quite a bit.
Mhm.
Like me and Devo go from top 20 and then down to like top 80 within a day because we sometimes troll a little bit.
Yep.
Pre-jump each other, do that type of stuff. But when we try, we definitely can get top 5 each.
Does Devo still play a lot of League of Legends?
Oh,
Or
every single day. Yeah,
he plays League every day.
every single day.
What
Yeah,
division's he in now? Last time I heard he was
diamond something.
he's in Diamond. What?
I know.
Big Dave's in Diamond. Oh my goodness. I remember the bronze struggle back in the day for Devo. I couldn't believe it. Devo was the best Rocket League player in the world, and he switched to League of Legends so he could be bronze.
Wasn't it
I
all?
was,
Yeah, I was gonna say
Arc as
too,
well.
yeah.
He was like playing 2 games full time, and neither of them were Rocket League, the game he's best in the world at. Like
I
Arc
know.
and League of Legends. Does he still play Arc as well? Is he
No,
still,
he doesn't.
he's not. Oh, no more Dino Dave. Okay.
No more Dino Dave.
Okay, just dying in the river, Dave. I don't know. I don't have a good fun for that one. But man, still playing League Diamond though. Diamond Dave, I should have gone for.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's pretty obvious, Johnny.
Yeah.
Pretty obvious there.
Sorry, my bad. Diamond in League of Legends is actually better than Diamond in Rocket League, I believe. It might be like the equivalent of Champ in Rocket League. The Champs are probably the same as Diamonds in League. So yeah, he's getting up there. He's like a Champ 1 now. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
Very proud of himself. You don't play League? Do you play League with him or any other games?
No, I hate League. I'm not good at it, so I don't have the brain. But
yeah, you don't need a brain to play League, mate. Just
oh,
I can show you some builds. It's a no-brain game.
yeah, I played it once and I went 0-20 in casual, so
That's pretty
stick to
bad.
Rocket League.
Yeah, I remember talking about Marky earlier. He actually asked me way back. He was thinking about branching out, becoming a pro, and maybe another game in case he gets bored of Rocket League. And he tried a game of Heroes of the Storm, and he was just so bad. I was like, Marky, mate, just stick to what you know. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. He just had no idea he's in. I was like, well, why would he? He's a Rocket League player. Doesn't transfer to any other game at all. Not even slightly, except maybe SARP, but even then, it's a bit of a stretch. So you don't play League? Do you play any games at all besides Rocket League?
I played a lot of CS like a few months ago, and I got the highest rank in it, and then I got bored. What other games do I play?
What about Valorant? Have you tried Valorant?
I don't like it.
Yeah.
At all.
How long did it take you to get the highest rank in CS?
680 hours.
Oh, okay. Good. That's very precise.
Yeah, okay. You received our questions ahead of time, I see.
Oh no, I always say this. People always ask me what rank I am and then how many hours I have.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah.
prepare.
Fair.
Listen to us. We're like those annoying Twitch chat comments. How many hours do you have?
Yeah.
We've become what we swore to destroy.
Each night, me and Dave, we kind of just sit there for like an hour, going through Steam looking for games to buy.
Oh really?
And,
oh my god, I can relate to this.
We can't find any. We tried to play World at War Zombies, but the mod maps didn't work.
What kind of games do you like to play?
Just any that are fun. Yeah.
I'm always on the lookout for like really weird physics games to play with Marky. Like earlier tonight, we streamed Super Bunny Man again, but it's always like Mark is so hard to please when it comes to games. There's got to be like physics based and kind of skillful, but also floppy and silly and
really
weird.
Stupid.
Yeah, so it's like very funny or like stupid, and then he can either try or not try at all and completely ruin the match for you. But I spend a lot of time in Steam looking for this kind of stuff.
Extremely manipulative. Yeah,
just
true. A very manipulative guy.
100%.
So okay, Rocket League with Dave. Is there other so this is this every day, every given day? You're playing 2 hours free play, 1 hour replay reviews, 3 hours ranked with Devo. That's 6 hours. How much is like scrims and field in that?
Scrims and field 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's not too bad. We're like 9.
I try to get like 10 to 11, 12, around there, but
interesting. Jack in chat. uh, but yeah, that's actually something I'm sure a lot of other Rocket League players are learning now. Is just how important it is to put the hours in. I knew that this season would expose the fakes a lot more than other seasons have because they don't have the safety net of, there being so many steps to get into RLCS and there being so many steps to even fall out of it before you'd need to finish bottom two and then lose relegation tournament to get relegated. And then if you fluke a relegation tournament win, boom, you're back in the top flight for another 6 months. You're a Rocket League pro for another 6 months. Whereas now it's like, you lose a tournament, you got to requalify. Is that like stressful, or are you happier with this format than compared to the old one?
I mean, my opinion changed quite a lot. Like at first, I was excited because it gave me more reasons to not play ranked. Like I had more time to play tournaments because there was more on. But now it's kind of, I don't know. I'm getting used to playing against unpredictable teams like Giants, Triple Trouble. Who else? Magnifico. Like they're all good teams, but just confusing to play against.
How so? What is confusing, or how do they confuse you?
Just some of the decisions they make. Like those three teams are the ones who I watched a lot of replays from, just to like understand why they go for stuff. But each time, I still get beat by Giants. So it's a slow process, but I feel like after a few months, I'll get used to it.
What kinds of things do you look for in the replays when you're analyzing replays?
How well they rotate. Like if they don't cut off their teammates, going for stupid balls that they shouldn't go for, that type of stuff.
Do you have experience in anything else competitive, like to the level that you're at with Rocket League, or even like slightly below it? Like, did you play sports or anything like that growing up?
Yeah, I was always. I mean, I know it's a thing everyone says, but I was a good football player. I'm short, I'm quick, so I was fast down the wing.
You're a winger.
Yeah,
right. Were you a lazy winger though? Were you
no,
like
no?
winger who would never come back?
I was up and down. If I lost the ball in their half, I'd sprint all the way back down to get off them, and then go back up.
Hit them with the 2-footed slide tackle, studs up, break a leg, just all in a day's work.
I couldn't do that. I was always the smallest one in the pitch, so it didn't. I'd just get pushed away.
You can still still do some damage with a stud. Now I think that's not really a thing that happens very much, at least from what I've seen anymore. Reffing's a bit stricter, but that's good. I don't think I ever. You must have injured someone, right? Because it's you have to have that experience in football. It just happens. Like you'll just go to try and take the ball off somebody, accidentally trip them, and they just fall over and twist their ankle. You're like, well, I feel bad, but I didn't try to do that, Or are you just like cleanest record, no yellow cards?
I mean, I've never gotten a yellow. I probably have, but I've never gotten like a red card. Like the worst thing I done was on an AstroTurf, where like you have the fences, like a 5-a-side type of pitch. I knocked into somebody and then he hit his head on the side and cut his eyebrow. So, yeah, but there was no referees, so it was fine.
No referees, so you just like told him, "Get over it, mate."
Yeah, exactly.
Part of the game.
I went all out.
Come and get me.
You just wanted to let him know you're there. Just you got to be a bit more careful around this Noly fellow. Where did Noly come from? The alias.
Well, it was originally Nolista, which I typed in random name generator on Google and I got that. So it literally means nothing at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something. A lot of people actually have that. They just like random name generator. And they're like, well, I guess I'm stuck with it now. Because I've accidentally become a professional player in a video game. So I am now Nolistic.
Yeah. Sunless Con, Findable Carpet. Those are both notable.
Yeah, they're very Xbox generic names.
I think Sunless was an Xbox one, actually.
Findable Carpet's definitely an Xbox one. I remember him telling me that. Yeah. So
I don't remember what my Xbox name was.
I never had an Xbox, PlayStation guy, but
Yeah, I
That
had an
sounds-
Xbox. I don't remember my name though. Don't remember the alias at all. That's interesting though. So you can't. Were you any good at tennis? Because if you're good at tennis, you could 1v1 Jack at tennis. Because he was at tennis. He said he's a really good tennis player. He says he's the second coming of Novak Djokovic.
Okay. I mean, I've played tennis a few times with my dad and mum, but I'm not that good at it.
Okay, yeah, Jack's probably got your number there then. If he's half as good as he says he is, he was talking a big game. Apparently, Jack's always talking a big game. Said he was going to get 10 out of 10 and guess the pro. Look what happened then. 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10 and one per hour.
one guess per hour, indeed. Yeah, last week's podcast was late. The Jack episode was late because of that. It was last week, and then this week, of course, we're ready early, plenty time. Noly was just breezing through them all.
He did it blindfolded. He's just like bang, bang, bang. Same score as Jack, no problem.
Sensing the plays. So I think we talked a lot about the past teams. Well, right up until the thing that happened that really, I think me and Matt both just found this so funny. The not the fact that it happened, but what. Yeah, you already know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
It wasn't the fact that Godsmiller got benched from your team Singularity at the time. You, Godsmiller and Tho, benched Godsmiller, but that Singularity puts out a graphic about this, and we're just thinking, what on earth is happening here? Why is there a graphic to announce the benching as if it's they've signed the new player? It was like celebratory. Do you have any insight on this?
No,
were you part
we
of the
didn't
team?
get told. We didn't get told about it. It kind of just happened.
Okay,
I was oblivious until like the next day. So,
but you knew he was getting benched, right?
Oh yeah, it was like I mean, we kept it. We kept a tight seal for like a month on what was happening. So yeah.
Yeah, it was so bizarre. Man. It was so bizarre. I mean, what were you thinking when you saw that graphic? Were you just like, "What is this? Why is there a graphic for this?" Poor guy.
I don't really see everybody else's like deal with it. Like I don't really see the problem, but I can see why it's a bit weird to do.
It was just like so. It was just like, it just like, I mean, yeah, you need to announce they were benching it, but I was like, this graphic looks like, somebody's getting signed basically. I was like, it's just, I don't know, how would you describe it, Matt? It just like, it was like the opposite. It was completely like, ironic to me.
Boom, like, we're excited to announce.
Yeah. Which I don't know. But no, he's still Singularity through and through. They
unbenched
and unbenched him as well. So I'm just waiting for the next time if they ever bench him again, they better have a graphic or else.
When you guys joined the guild, I really wanted to make a benched like the whole team. Like we're excited to announce everybody's benched, but I just don't have Photoshop skills, and I should have outsourced it to somebody or something. That would have been good, but gone on like Fiverr, paid $5 for that or something. But I didn't see anybody make that joke. I really thought somebody was going to beat me to it, but then nobody did. So here we are.
I mean, it's not too late.
It's true. It's true. It's not too late. Somebody made the one of Hoxer.
Yeah. That's so good. Oh my goodness. It's going to happen every single time now. It's actually going to happen every time.
They were just ahead of the game. Trendsetters.
Yeah, 100%. A trend that no one thought would ever be set was then set that day for sure. Do you spend any time like reviewing NA or watching like the NA scene at all? What are your thoughts there?
I mean, I try to watch every.
Careful, I'm an American. Okay, I'm an American first. I might live in Europe, but I'm American.
No, I watch every NA or LCS match. The ones that matter, like none of the bad teams, just the good ones, obviously.
Yep. So you spend a lot of time on our grid stream watching Space Station.
You don't watch any NRG or like, hey, God.
Space Station are the ones who we watch the most as a team.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, I try to watch Typical because he's the best player in the world.
Oh, right.
You think so? Typical's number one.
Yeah, he's number one. So I try to watch as much as him and take what he does.
Why do you think he's number one? Yeah.
he's just better. Like, it's hard to put into words. Like, I guess he thinks at a faster rate than everyone else. Like, he makes decisions quicker.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Maybe he's not. Maybe for Sipical, it's not even thinking. Maybe he's transcended thought, and he just is.
True. He just does it without thinking.
Yeah.
Like, his thoughts are what he does in the game. It's possible.
Yeah. Where other Rocket League players will have to make decisions, Sipical has already decided. He's one step ahead, if not more. Multiple steps ahead, perhaps. That's interesting. You actually said something on my stream right before this. It was quite interesting. You said that NA as a whole have better mechanics, but EU is the better region.
Yeah.
You've got to go into detail on that one for the podcast viewers.
I mean, we have BDS, who are the best team in the world. Like,
Okay.
there's no doubt about it. And then, you have Vitality, you have Top Blokes, you have Guild Esports, who we are a bit, unpredictable with how we play in the day. But there's been days where we've swept teams who, are quite high up. We just need to find our rhythm, I'd say. And then we can definitely be on the top. But I don't know. EU have like a higher skill gap. Not skill gap. They have a smaller skill gap between each other. Like the top of NA compared to the bottom of NA is a lot larger than the top of EU to the bottom of EU.
True.
So you're saying that there are more competitive teams in EU as
definitely
a number of competitive teams.
Yeah.
And in NA, for evidence of this, Musty, Forky, and Lethamer nearly made it. And actually, a team that game 5'd Musty, Forky, and Lethamer to get into RLCS nearly went 3-0. They actually
Wait,
almost.
what team was that?
That was J-Bot's team. I'll find you the name. Hold on. It was stage 2. No, sorry, regional 2. Yeah, they did pretty good. They were starting off really well, if I remember correctly, and then it all went downhill. Zookeepers, it was Zookeepers. So that's J-Bot, Bambi, and Tool. Now, Tool and Bambi have stepped it up a bit because they actually went 0-9 in RLCS season 9, or was it 8? I can't remember which one it was. I think it was RLCS season 9. They went 0-9 in RLRS. Those two and Parklet, but now they picked up J-Bot and they beat Charlotte Phoenix, beat Rogue. They took the Peeps to 5 games, then they lost to G2 and Continuum to not make stage 2 of the competition. But yeah, they were one game away from making stage 2 after only beating Forky, Leth, and Musty by 1 goal. So yeah, if that kind of team is coming in and making deep runs, that's your evidence, Twitch chat, that EU is deeper. They would never be allowed to make it in.
Yeah, I know. I don't think they get like top.
No way would they get top 32. Yeah, they would maybe get top 128, but they wouldn't get 32. I don't think. Or are you talking about Musty, Leth, and Forky?
Yeah.
Okay. Thought you were talking about Zookeepers. I was like, I'd probably say they'd get top 128, but yeah, the Musty, Leth, and Forky. I would love to see them try it again in Europe just to see what happens. They've got to fly over here.
I mean, they definitely couldn't they? Because like, you don't have to qualify for RLRS and then RLCS now. Like, you can switch region with your team and play in that region. So,
have you guys thought about doing that? Have you thought about just flying over there to NA?
I have myself. Like, I'd love to play in NA. I prefer the people in NA
than in the UK.
Yeah, well, then EU.
And in Europe, just people in general in the world, or people in Rocket League?
In Rocket League.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why?
It's about to get some intercontinental drama on the go, but
I don't know. I just enjoy talking to them more.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in NA 6 months.
Oh, okay. Who's your ideal? If you were allowed to tomorrow, just wake up and you should just steal Rizzo's spot. Stay away. You could take his YouTube channel, his Twitch channel as well while you're at it.
Yeah.
Get everything off Rizzo. Chicago J-Nap. So you played with them before? or is that just like a dream?
Not JNAPs. I played with Chicago quite a lot in 6 months. But yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, they're both really nice guys, very good players.
Mm-hmm.
Rizzo's going to be furious. Athena's going to be furious. All of Athena's fans are going to be furious. You better
I mean,
watch
I
out.
gave Rizzo a compliment earlier. I said he was
you
smart.
You did. Without even knowing it was him. You said he was a smart
Exactly.
player. After watching 5 seconds of his gameplay, you already knew he was smart. So that's something. You're allowed to take his team now.
Exactly.
Yeah. That is interesting. You got some very unique views. I don't think I've ever heard this combination of views on NA as a Rocket League region at all. They're more mechanical, worse at Rocket League, but you prefer them and you want to join one of their teams. This is all very, very unique, I think, as a package.
And I think what's most interesting is that you seem to have thought about all of these things. Like, you're practically answering the questions as it leaves our mouth. Like, you know, what's your dream team to play on today? Like you're like, Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, just from like leading conversation, like previous conversations, you know, you kind of know what somebody's going to say next.
Man, you're reading our minds. I can't do that.
Are you saying this is not a very original interview?
Oh no, it's been the most fun interview I've done so far. The rest have been very formal.
It's probably because there's a North American in it, right?
Of course.
Yeah, he likes that. He likes that.
So boring talking to Johnny. Oof.
Hey, I could try sound a bit more NA.
I hate your American accent. It doesn't offend me at all. I just hate it. It's like awful. It's like, oh my God, you would vote for Trump with that accent.
Would I? Oh no.
I guess. Yeah, you'd be you'd be like a Californian, like a surfer, like a Republican surfer or something.
Republican Californian.
Man. Super.
Oh dear. I'm gonna have to stop.
Who's your favorite Rocket League YouTuber? Or who do you like? Do you watch any Rocket League YouTube stuff?
I don't even watch YouTube anymore, other than like Johnny's YouTube sometimes.
Yep, because it's more focused on like pro scene stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I only focus on the pro scene. Like every other scene, like the content creation, doesn't really appeal to me.
It's a different world. It's a totally different world from esports. They sometimes, have a little bit of crossover. Like Sunless has done a couple of esportsy videos. If you score a really cool goal at a world championship, he'll probably make a video about it.
I mean, I did score a cool goal, didn't I? Against Mouse.
You're actually the guy who's helping me edit Gen Z. He's helping me edit like the podcast. He said, ask you what it's like to have scored the coolest goal in RLCS.
It might be the coolest goal. Was it the pre-flip corner rebound?
Yeah. It was casual.
Casual. You're just
nothing.
I do this in free play every day. No big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
It happens at least twice in my 2 hours of free play.
The thing is, I actually believe you when you say that. I bet that you go into free play every day. You just pop, reset the pop it into the corner, and then you're just like, I can pre-flip rebound. That's fine. Not a problem. Yeah. Is that what you're doing in free play? Because we glossed over that, and I'm sure people are quite interested in knowing like what's the routine. How do you train 2 hours in free play? What's the ideas that you've got?
I use Bacchus mod to just hit the ball about and like try and get difficult reads. Like, I mean, Gregan, our coach, he's been telling me that like my main thing that I need to fix is picking up small boost. So that's what I do quite a lot in free play now. Like I drive around, focusing on the ball instead of like looking at boost pads to try and know where they are. Like I've got 6,000 hours in the game, but my awareness of boost on the field still isn't the best.
So that's why I do a lot. You turn off unlimited boost when you're doing this? In free play?
No, I turn off a limited boost when I'm going for small boost pads, but when I'm going for the crazy stuff, that's when
so you switch.
I put it unlimited on. Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, so when you're doing small boost pad training, you're literally just driving around, grabbing it, only boost. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Interesting. That's probably a good thing for a lot of Rocket League players, especially lower ranked Rocket League players to train. But if you tell them that, it'll be like, they'll hear that, and it'll be like when they hear somebody say you should eat your vegetables, be like, want to
totally.
I want to go to a free play training pack, or I want to go to a training pack, score some double touches. Don't want to drive around and not hit the ball. But
whenever I play with somebody who's like a lower rank than me, like just like for whatever friends, and like it's one of the things I notice, they're like always out of position because they're like, I have no boost.
Hmm.
And it's like, you probably could have like at least got to like 30, 40 boosts pretty easily in the position that you should be in. And that was probably enough boost to do most things you need to do in a lot of cases. So
yeah.
What other tips have you got for aspiring Rocket League? Not even pros, but just like players who want to get better. How do they do so with free play?
Free play, just
because that's something everybody can get into. Now everybody can play the field or get scrims or play tournaments, but free play, anybody can play free training.
Yeah, if you're going to sell the Noly system, like, what are the components of the Noly system, the premium package that people buy to know how to get good like Noly?
I mean, it's free play, so sky's the limit. Like, do
the
craziest. Ceiling's just do the craziest thing possible.
Yeah,
and keep doing it until you can, get it down, and then everything else you do will be easier to do and take less time.
Okay. That's interesting because you talked about how Marky did way back at the start of this episode. You talked about how Marky like mentored you a little bit and taught you a lot about how to play twos and how to play the game. This is like the least Marky philosophy I've ever heard.
He didn't teach me how to play twos.
Oh, he didn't teach you how to play twos?
I carried him in twos. He teach me how to play threes.
Oh, he taught you how to play three. Interesting. But how did he teach you? He doesn't even know how to play threes. I'm joking. But anyway, his like watching Marky play free play back in the day, he would just like kind of bean the ball around and score terrible goals in free play. He's the only person who would score tap-ins in free play on the regular. And then Greasy would look over his monitor and be like, "What on earth are you doing? Like you're just flopping around and scoring the worst goals I've ever seen. Nobody does this." And then Noly, you're the complete opposite. So like clearly, I was getting to the fact that Marky might taught you some things, but you've got some very like different ideologies as well.
They say opposites attract, so
they do. Well, listen to this guy, Matt. He's actually read our questions.
Yeah, I feel like he's also hit us with some very like anime philosophies, a couple times. Yeah, I felt it come back. You're like, Sipical is one with the game. He becomes his thoughts become his plays, and I was like, what anime is that from? Straight up.
Let's get into anime. Dude. I could be here all day.
Yeah. Well, we were supposed. I ended up not being able to do the grid last week, but we did tell Arsenal we would do their grid cast in One Punch Man references. And
I don't know how to do references.
Man, I started watching and I was like, this is going to be very difficult. But I thought about memorizing some of the phrases, just like some wacky phrases and.
I'm just gonna Google it, man. I'm gonna Google it One Punch Man phrases and just like take what other people come up with. I can't do it myself. It's like too hard. But yeah, we asked Arsenal that, like, okay, if we have to watch one season of one anime on his behalf.
He said One Punch Man.
He said, well we told him one season, a short one.
It also needed to be. It also needed to be like okay for us to say on air. Can't be something too weird or gritty. So we're just like, what's appropriate for the audience as well. And he said One Punch Man. Okay. What would you have said?
Yeah, what would your suggestion be?
I mean, I don't know if it's appropriate for streams, but it's called Code Geass. It's the best anime ever made.
Really?
2 seasons, like 50 episodes overall. Just a masterpiece.
Nice.
Masterpiece.
Yeah.
Okay, I
definitely recommend that.
If your teammates, if you guys were each an anime character, who would you be?
I'd be Itachi Uchiha.
He's
from Naruto.
Ah, Sugoi.
Oh.
Itachi, well, there's already an Itachi in Rocket League though, so you're stealing his name now.
Oh well.
Did you get jealous every time you play Barcelona? You're like, wish I could have been Itachi. It could have been me. Noly. Goodness sake.
Yeah, I should have changed my name when I had the chance.
Before he was in RLCS, just literally steal his name. Just be Itachi. He has to join it. Imagine, man, somebody had to change their name. There are 2 atomics, there's EU atomic and NA atomic.
But they're spelled differently.
Yeah, they're both spelled differently. So somebody would have to be like different kind of Itachi with a Y, maybe. Oh, that probably like to you. Yeah, this will be like disgusting.
This is so funny. Imagine that happening in normal sports. It's like, oh, there's 2 Bill Joneses. There's one footballer. Oh man.
Usually in real sports, like it'll just be a nickname. Like one of them's like, this happens all the time in UK high school because there will be like 5 people. I'm called John. There's like 5 people called John, and every single year of high school that I went to, they would all have nicknames. One of them would always be Big John. One of them would always be
Little
Wee
John.
John, Big
Oh.
John, Wee John, and then there would be like, even weird John. I don't know. Like it would all always to do like it would all have to do with the size, and then like just the one who's in the middle would just be John.
John,
So yeah, like that's like one of the things, by the way, that's I don't know, one of the best feelings you get in Scotland. I don't know if this happens in Liverpool, but when you go to like I don't know, a chip shop or whatever, and then you just walk in and the guy behind the counter just says, what you after, big man? It's just the fact
Big
that
man.
they call you big man. You'll be like, oh, you call me big man. Taxi drivers will do it, bus drivers. It's like one of the best things to ever happen.
No.
They do it
They
to
don't say big man.
doesn't matter how big you are, they'll call you big man.
I like when they say boss man. I like boss
Yeah,
man.
I mean,
they do boss man as well. Yeah,
here they say boss, not boss man.
Ah,
boss is
What's
the
your
that's
boss?
English. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Big man is quite a Scottish one, but yeah, it's funny.
I'd say Liverpool's a lot like Scotland.
Yeah, some
very,
similarities, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's very similar in most stuff.
have you been?
to
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you been to Scotland?
Yeah, I went to Edinburgh when I was like 15.
Okay.
It was, I mean, the travel there was really nice. Like the whole scenery, like the mountains and stuff.
But hey, there's no you don't really go. I mean, England is so flat that you travel to the south of Scotland, you're like, wow, mountains. But the real mountains are in the north of Scotland. You got to keep going, like past civilization into the hills, the highlands. That's where you'll see the real mountains. Go up the west coast. It's like a windy road past like all the tallest mountains in the UK. You'd like it.
Maybe. I like indoors more.
You could do it in a car that's like indoor but mobile.
True, but it's very uncomfortable. A 5-hour drive. Yeah.
Oh, it would take more. Take Liverpool to the north of Scotland, well more than 5 hours.
Like 8 hours, maybe.
Got to get a very nice car. If you win enough money this year in RLCS Season X, you can buy yourself a comfortable car or rent one and make a drive. That would be I think that is as good of a celebration as any. You can stop off and visit Scrubkilla on the way in Edinburgh.
Well, I'm taking my driving lessons now, so I should get a car in like 2 months.
Just in time.
Nice.
What kind of car are you're aiming for? You're looking at?
I mean, for a starter car, I'd just get like a Fiesta,
Lambo.
maybe.
Oh,
no,
okay.
yeah, Lambo. No, just one so the insurance isn't high. And then after that, I'm hoping for a Mazda RX-7.
Oh,
I don't know if you know what it is, but
oh, I do. That was in Need for Speed, so I've played it before.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Years ago, played that car, but yeah, many times. I've got before we forget, Matt. Gregan actually had a question that he recommended to us. Do you remember?
Oh yeah. What was the other RL Pro that went to your high school?
Devo.
It is Devo.
Not high school. It was college.
College.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains why you're actually best pals and playing ranked all the time.
No, I mean, the year I joined that college was the year he left, and I didn't know he went there until like a year and a half ago.
Interesting.
Was he at college at the same time as you, or he just
no, like he just left as soon as I came into it.
Yeah, if you're there at the same time, you'd see him. Like you'd see him from a different classroom. He's like taller than the building.
He did the exact same course as me as well.
Really?
Computer science. Yeah.
That's cool.
A lot of computer science Rocket League pros.
Yeah, there are. I kind of wish I did that.
I hate it.
Engineering. You hated it?
Yeah, I absolutely hated it. Every single day.
What kind of computer science course was it? Like
software engineering.
Software. Okay.
Yeah. Didn't like any bit of it.
Are you
Are
you still in college, or did you?
No. I've finished.
You finished.
Yeah, nice. I got everything, so I can go to uni whenever I want.
Okay. It's like a 2-year.
I'm a Rocket League pro. I don't really care about education anymore. Who needs education?
Who needs education when you can drive around hitting a ball in free play and read bounces? I'm with you on that one. That sounds like a much more fun way to spend your time.
I'm good at getting the small pads now. I don't need a degree.
Exactly. There we go. My thoughts. But anyway, so I think we need to talk about your actual current team, and because there's this
Oh, yeah.
really interesting roster. We didn't do this yet, so we talked about the Godsmilla benching. Scrubkilla by then was already like confirmed, I guess, as the replacement for Godsmilla. But were there like lots of players trying out for that spot, or were you guys pretty set
Yeah.
on getting Scrub?
Yeah, I'll say who we tried out and stuff. We tried Magnus, Extra, Fruity. Who else? Obviously Scrub,
Mm-hmm.
and like we tried Godsmiller again. Like we told him, like you're not off the team completely. We're gonna try others out, and then in like 2 weeks' time, we can try you again and see how it goes. But yeah,
What was it that made you just go for Scrub over everybody else?
I mean his work ethic. Like he really wants to win, like no matter what. So it was kind of a no-brainer to go with him.
Interesting. Because
Hmm.
yeah, he had some trouble in his final stint with Vitality with like just
Motivation.
his motivation for the
Yeah.
game wasn't there. I remember talking to him and he was just like not having as much fun as he used to, and just forgetting that he would have scrims or forget that he would have a match like for some other like small tournament. He never missed anything RLCS, of course. Yeah, they were just like we need to get alpha in the team. So maybe do you think that was like a kick up the backside for him and like shock to the
Yeah,
system and
definitely.
remotivated him?
Yeah, I mean, even if he played more and like stayed in scrims, well, like woke up for scrims in time or whatever, I feel like he still would have been kicked because he's not French.
Hmm.
So it's unfortunate that he didn't learn French sooner.
Yeah, it's a really hard like thing to do. Of course, like that's one of the harder. Like Matt, you're learning French. How is it to learn French as
Slowly.
a native English speaker?
Mm-hmm.
It's
I know
very
that.
difficult.
Yeah, I tried learning it for a month, just so I could get on a French team one day,
Really?
maybe.
No
Yeah,
way.
Oh, that's
Now
cool.
that is like now we're talking, proper, thinking of the future for Rocket League Pro career, learning French so you can play in a French team. That's genius.
yeah, it's a bit too difficult. I'll probably pick it back up. Like,
That's like Bobby Fischer learning Russian so he can read the Russian chess books and learn how to play chess better. The Rocket League Bobby Fischer over here, learning French. Amazing. Well, I best of luck to you. I hope you can pull it off. That would be impressive. I mean, you could probably have an easier time doing it than us, like ancient boomers over here.
Oh, yeah.
Brains just can't learn anything. Can't learn anything anymore. It's a disaster. Oh man. It was. I wish I'd learned some language like Spanish or something when I was still not a complete idiot. Would be nice. But give you like opportunities outside of Rocket League as well. You thought about
yeah,
that? Like
no,
France, lots of
no,
countries in the world speak French, so
no.
opens doors all over the world.
I've always been a bare minimum person. Like in school, I'd sleep through every class, and then when it came to a test, I'd just about pass it or whatever, because
Same. Yep.
I didn't I've never liked anything ever. So I
So
mean,
Rocket League's first thing that you've like actually put your mind to. You're like, I want
yeah,
to do this. This is fun. I enjoy this. I'm gonna get good at it. I'm not gonna mess up this opportunity.
yeah, pretty much.
That's
And
cool.
obviously, it's worked out.
Yeah, working out pretty well. You're like, David Beckham's team. Pretty cool.
Hmm.
Learning how to curve the ball in Rocket League.
Yeah,
Just
and
gonna
it like Beckham.
turn on those mods. Gonna have the other teams in a scramble. But yeah, so expectations versus reality. Guild season so far. What would you say is your take on how you guys are doing versus what you expected?
I mean, I was kind of shocked because I checked the standings the other day, and we were fifth or sixth, I think
Mm-hmm.
it was, and I thought we were a lot lower. So I mean, I'm happy considering how we've been playing, especially in the grid. Like, we definitely need to step it up there,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like we can still do better in RLCS too. Hopefully, going for top 4 or top 3.
Yeah, because you guys got to the final stage of Regional 1, then you missed out on the final stage of Regional 2 by, was it one series?
No, we made it
Uh,
to
oh no, wait, you made final stage both times.
both times.
Yeah, so not there's actually quite a few teams who struggled to do that, and that's why you guys are so high up in the points.
Yeah, the second time we reverse swept games. It's like we were down 0-2 in series, and then we came back 3-2.
That's right, of course.
Yeah, after that day,
Mm.
questionable one.
Yeah, this. I on earth, I don't know what to what to say about this one. This was so bizarre to hear what was going on. Like you guys are having a bad day, 0-2. Next thing, Scrub's talking on Lawler's stream, and like various bits of information are popping up for us to try and fill the blanks with. But what
Various
what
bits of
happened, Noly?
information.
Yeah, man. We're just hearing Lawler say something, Scrub say something, somebody tweet something, then there's like I don't know, the Rocket League Esports subreddit or theory crafting. What is going on, Noly? What is going on in the Guild Esports? Are you guys just like trying to find? You said earlier you could just got to find the system. It sounds to me like you want to find the voice program that works for everybody. Have you tried TeamSpeak?
Yeah,
I don't know if Ventrilo is still running.
TeamSpeak,
Discord. You could just try like phoning each other up on a conference call. I don't know. Maybe there's one of them.
Steam calls,
Steam call. Like
Yep.
there's options.
Skype.
MySpace.
Skype. Oh no, definitely not Skype though. That's a
MySpace.
disaster.
MySpace ended before you were born, right?
Did it? I mean, I remember using it.
I'm kidding, but it did prove my point that you just know it as like as a reference, rather than like an actual experience.
So yeah, what's going on with that whole situation? Or from your perspective?
Well, we were down 2-0 in games. Like we got swept both times, like once by BDS and then by Solary. So like, I was really unhappy with how we were playing. And I felt like we were tilting each other more in comms, like more than how we were playing with each other. So I just suggested that we shouldn't go into TeamSpeak, and that we should just sit on our own, play the game, get through it, and we did. We beat Liquid, but I didn't expect Scrub to go into Lawless, which was
yeah. I don't think many people expected that.
In his defense, he did say that he didn't see the chat message in Discord, like us saying that we were gonna go like our own way, and not talk to each other while we play.
Oh, so he thought it was just him.
Yeah. He thought that like we'd left him, and he thought, oh, I'll go into Lawless chat then. So
I see. I will not be silenced. See, it's one of those things you say that you didn't expect it. I don't think nobody expected that. We're just like, what is going on? Why is Scrub talking on someone else's channel during his RLCS game? Nobody would have seen this coming. But then when you see it coming, you're like, yeah, but of course, like Scrub Killer would find a way to do something just completely ridiculous like this. He definitely pulled one over our eyes there. That was pretty ridiculous. But then you nearly, I don't know how I forgot this. But yeah, you actually took BDS to Game 5 in the playoffs.
The next day, yeah.
The next day. So what happened there? Was that like just a back to normal? You all sleep on it, and it's like, okay, now we're back in comms. Or were you like, guys, we found out a solution. No comms, Rocket League. Let's do this.
Oh no, we went back to comms for that one. We kind of like just talked about it like in the night, and it was like, we were very open with each other on how what to expect from each other and how we should be playing. So when we went to BDS, it was positive vibes. We weren't taking, I mean, I know it's bad to say, but we weren't like taking it too serious because we didn't want to repeat what happened yesterday. And we were playing well against BDS, but they were just the better team still and beat us in the Game 5.
That makes sense. But yeah, you guys have got, I mean, you're almost a lock for making the next stage, for making the major.
We're already guaranteed, I think.
Well, your name's not lit
16,
up in green. Yeah, it's top 16, but I'm looking at Wikipedia and your name's not lit up in green yet, so there must be a crazy world where it's possible for 12 teams to overtake you. I really don't think that's going to happen, though. I mean, it would involve things like BDS, Blokes, Giants, Vitality, and you all getting no points. And, because 16 completely different teams getting points, it just barely enough to overtake you. So, yeah, you might not be mathematically locked, but I think you're pretty, guaranteed.
Yeah.
This is so many results would have to go against you. But yeah, what are your expectations for the last, or what are your guys' team goals for this last regional, which is starting not this weekend, but the one after?
I mean, we've placed top 8 both times, so we definitely want to try and get top 4 at least. And then anything above top 4 is a bonus.
And who's going to win it? Are BDS going to triple crown? Do you reckon they can do it?
No.
Okay.
I've got Vitality.
Vitality, all right.
Yeah, they haven't been playing too well, but I feel like they come back. Like they see other teams doing well, so then that gives them motivation to be better.
That's interesting. That actually makes a lot of sense of this situation, the whole like no comms situation now back in comms. I hope it works out well for you guys in the last one. I'm sure that having that experience already, you guys will be able to identify if it's happening again. Be like, okay, now we already talked about this. Let's just stay on track. Hopefully, stay on Discord or whatever call it is you guys use.
Yeah, TeamSpeak.
TeamSpeak. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, you guys, I mean, clearly still able to bring out the results, beating Liquid with no comms. How much do you think that comms can be overrated in Rocket League then after beating a bunch of teams without comms? Was it like playing with training weights?
No, I'm a player who like rarely thrives on comms. Like if I get information from my team, I'll pop off. Because whereas Scrub and Tho, they play on instinct, like they react to stuff a lot quicker. I tend to be the person who like if I understand what's going on and can take it at my own pace, I'll be fine.
What you're saying is they ball chase.
Exactly.
No brain ball chase.
No brain ball chase. Yeah.
That might be the ideal though. How many like no brain ball chasers would you say is the best for a team? 2 to 1, or some teams play the 1 to 2 ratio. Some teams have none and they struggle with pressure.
I mean, there's teams like Giants who are all pretty
They're
no
all
brain ball chase. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say 1 to 2. Ideally, 1, and then another person who can ball chase at times, depending on the situation. But
interesting. Yeah, Giants do definitely have 3. Just
yeah.
absolute ball chase, but they're very, very good at it. They're extremely good. They're a very good team. They might actually be really scary on LAN, actually. That play style where teams are just, pressuring to the maximum and going for things incredibly quickly. That tends to have better results on LANs than the more methodical play styles these days, which just end up panicking because the other team are going crazy. You never know.
Yeah, Giants tend to they don't really take consecutive touches. They just hit the ball once and then let their teammate go and kind of just keep it in a cycle.
I feel like Flakes would hate that.
Yeah, Flakes would definitely hate that.
The anti-Flakes. True.
Actually, something I just thought of. Like you had a pretty good showing in the Salt Mine too. Like, how much time do you spend playing ones? Well, I mean, we thought you did better or pretty good.
Well, as in you had some like competitive games and the fact that you even got in the first place is impressive.
Yeah,
it was like quite exclusive to get in
for not being known as like a ones player, somebody who plays a lot of ones or whatever.
Ones.
Yeah,
yeah, because I play better when I have teammates. Like individually, I'm okay. But like when I don't know if it makes sense, but when I'm individual, like I play better individually when I have a team. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but like ones, I hate it. I don't think. I mean, Scrub's been advising me to try and play more of it, so I do throw in 30 minutes of ones a day, maybe. But yeah, I'd never put any more than that in it.
What is it you hate about it?
It just makes no sense. Like 1 minute I could be Fairy Peak, and then the next I'd lose to, I don't know, Panda.
Oh man,
Oof.
that's
The inconsistencies of ones.
Roasted.
That's so funny.
Endangered species.
But yeah, I mean, I think you every qualifier you played, you actually made it out of round one. You beat Kisai in the last one,
Mm-hmm.
and you lost to FY Ali, who's actually a really good
Yeah.
ball chaser from Saudi Arabia. Very very
Like
fast.
Saudi Arabian players are insane,
They're a bit,
especially in ones.
yeah, they're a bit like the 50-50. You never, well, there's two different types of Saudi Arabian players. The ones who copy Ahmad's playstyle and the ones who copy Khaled's playstyle.
Yeah.
So you've got like Ams is mini Khaled, then you've got all these other guys who are just doing what Ahmad does, just flying around, going for everything. You also beat Death LFY. He's a PlayStation player from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
You beat him. He's a good player, so that's a pretty good result. And in qualifier 1, qualifier 2, you beat Zamwe, who went on to make top 8. So you had some pretty solid ones results. They were all, I think, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2.
I wasn't
Game
really
5.
expecting much from myself in ones. Like, I was just happy to play. But of course, Salt did get mines from myself.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
What's it like playing in a ones tourney versus playing in like a twos or threes tourney? It's got to be so much
huge
more
difference.
infuriating.
Yeah, because like in ones, the mistake is solely from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, whereas threes, it's like I'm also like in threes, you have teammates to motivate you and like get yourself back on track. Whereas in ones, if you start to get tilted, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
There's no coming back.
Yeah, it's very, very unique. I mean, it makes for some pretty entertaining viewing. Did you tweet any like Salt?
Yeah, I did.
You did? What
I
did you
think
tweet?
I said,
forgot.
I'm never going to play ones again. It's a pointless game mode. Yeah.
Oh, that's premium Salt.
Love
That's
to see
amazing.
it. You'll love to see it.
Every day after Salt Mike Pulse, we were going to Twitter just finding all of the comments. And some of oh man, I think Tho had a couple of beauties.
Yeah, he had one too.
Tho was so funny. Marky and I were casting him versus Luis P. And this is like maybe 2 days after Exotic had put 60 points on the board versus Speed.
Yeah.
Speed basically quit playing. And so Luis is like, Tho like rage quits, and Luis is like, "Can I score like 100 goals?" He typed it in the chat to me and Mark. We're like, "Yeah, that's what we would do. So go for it," And then I don't know, maybe 10 goals later or something, Tho bursts back into the server. He's like, "No 100 goals."
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it at 14.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my goodness, it was so good. So good.
I bet you like got completely out of Rocket League, like closed the game, he's just
he
like
did. Opened up the stream.
I saw the stream, yeah, exactly. Looked at chat.
And then getting back into Rocket League, getting the lobby details, getting back in there.
What's he like to be like as a teammate? Like, what's it like being on his team? We don't hear as much about him. You hear a lot about Scrub all the time. Obviously, Scrub is super well known. But what's it like playing with Tho?
He does the most for the team, but he also like impacts the team the most. Like, I'd say he's made me and Scrub have to adapt around him simply because of his playstyle. But because his playstyle is so like unique, he also like scores most of the goals and is like that's why like, everyone's so scared of him in offense. So it's quite hard to play with him. But I mean, after a year and a half of teaming with him, or a year, I don't know how long, I've gotten used to.
And how? Sorry, go on.
And he is on the tilty side. I'd say a little bit more than me and Scrub, but
more tilty than Scrub. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think so.
No, I think after the Scrub versus Tho YouTube video that somebody uploaded from years ago, that will not come as a surprise to some people.
Oh yeah,
we have like got the ability to get under each other's skin. Like there seemed to be a bit of a rivalry still when I was watching one of Scrub's streams from the boot camp. He queued into Tho in ranked, and they both really wanted to win.
Oh yeah, we did that like every day.
Yeah, they so badly wanted to win.
We'd try and snipe each other, and when we'd get each other, we'd like look over at each other and like have a little smile, and just try and win. And yeah, thanks to Gills, like for putting us up in the boot camp. It was like amazing throughout the entire time. We learned a lot. We also like played the video on YouTube, like at the apartments we stayed at from Scrub and Tho 1v1ing, just for some nostalgia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way.
They were both they didn't say much.
Funny. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Scrub trying to act as if it's just so easy for him, but it's actually a really close game.
Yeah, you could tell he was trying.
Like, I'm not even trying, as he concedes like 4 times.
Yeah.
It's really funny. It felt like they were destined to become teammates after this experience.
Yeah. It had to happen eventually.
Mm-hmm. That's so funny. Who's got the best ranked record then? Who's got the most
Tho.
points? Tho, he's
I think
points.
I think he's 2,300 or maybe 2,400 now.
Oh, I said like he's the highest rated. I meant like when you guys play each other, who wins?
Oh, when we play each other, I win the most.
You win the most.
100%, yeah. In ones, they win more than I do, but in twos, yeah, I win like more.
Because they're just too busy tilting, and you're just calm.
Yeah, ice in my veins.
I believe it. Well, there you go. Scrub and Tho have been called out.
Yeah.
Been called out. They better get streaming so Noly can snipe them and prove his point.
Mm-hmm.
Scrub's probably streaming right now. He's streaming all the time these days.
Yeah, I know. He's been putting in the grind.
Oh, he's not streaming right now.
Do you stream?
A live snipe, but
do you stream much?
The internet in my area is like really bad, so it makes it difficult for me to stream.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Guild are doing their best to provide me with stuff, so the internet can be better, so I can stream. So yeah, shout out to them again. Like, they're doing everything possible to make things easy for me. So yeah,
lovely.
That's cool. Do we is it time, Matt, to move on to the
desserts? Let's do the desserts for sure. I was actually I was planning one right now. I was gonna look up the streaming hours for all the guild players. I think it's gonna be pretty obvious. Yeah,
it's probably gonna be very obvious.
Who's streaming the most? Who's streaming the most? What do you think? How many hours do you think Scrub has streamed in the last 30 days?
The
answer
I'm gonna guess 35 hours.
35 hours, so a little over 1 hour per day.
Yeah, but there's been days where he hasn't streamed at all.
True.
Yeah.
And he's made up by streaming like 10 hours.
What about you, Johnny?
I cheated. I already know.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah. I would, if I was to guess, I would probably go something greater than 69.
Wait, really?
Yep. 71 hours
71?
in the last 30 days.
Nailed it, man. I'm getting my guesses. These numbers are so spot on these days.
But if we would have said 14 days, you would have been closer. And the last 14 days was 38.
Oh, okay.
Average more than 2 hours a day.
Yeah, he's putting in the work. What about for the last year, Johnny? Did you look at that?
No, I did not. I did not look at last year.
What?
For Scrub.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
Can you give me like a range, like 1,000 to like 10,000? Like shorter than that.
1,000 hours. My goodness, that's a lot in a year.
What do you think? What do you think should be
5 days? That's like 3 hours a day.
What do you think would be? Okay, so 1,000's a lot. What would you think it would be, Johnny?
I'm gonna guess 550.
Okay,
that is a guess. I don't know what's
722. Okay, it is 1,034 hours. What?
In a year,
in the last 365 days. Yes.
How many?
But to be fair, he did do a streaming week with Jesse that one time.
Oh,
he does quite a few of those challenges. That. So.
Yeah. Wait, what website are you looking on? The website that I've got, it says 947. Still, that's a lot, though.
I'm on Sully Gnome.
So am I. Sully Gnome, 365 days, Scrub Killer.
Scrub or Scrub Killer?
He's just Scrub.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's a lot, though. Yeah, I forgot he did those like massive amounts of streams.
How about your stream, Johnny? in the last year?
Me,
Don't
last year,
look. Don't look.
way less. It'll be way less. I've not looked.
Guess.
Then again, I did do like those big tournaments, which was a lot of streaming. But apart from that, probably looking at like between 6 to 8 hours, probably 8 hours a week. So let's just guess like 250 hours.
485.
485?
Yeah, you lowballed yourself, homie.
457? Oh, I'm massively underestimating how many hours I streamed in these tournaments. Massively.
For
Of course, this is like dozens of hours per day. Not dozens per day, but oh yeah, that was like hundreds of hours just those tournaments.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing mine's
I
less
totally
than
forgot about
100.
that.
Yeah, let's see. For you, for the last 365, 44.
Yeah.
The big man.
Yeah, I get like 70 to 80 ping when I stream, so.
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal,
the last
yeah.
90 days, 1 hour. 1 hour streamed. Bang, bang.
If anybody caught that stream, you gotta feel pretty special.
Yeah.
You're one.
That's cool. All right. We will jump in to what we call the desserts. So we play a game called Team Demo Ranked. So we name a team for you, and you have to decide which player you would team with. Like, which player would you want to play on a team? Like, that's a full commitment.
Okay.
Which player would you want to demo? And which player would you like play ranked with? Because it'd be fun to play ranked with you. So it's like, less strings attached than being on a team.
Yeah, so it's basically kiss, marry, kill.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We usually use the MFK version of that, but we're trying to keep the swearing to a minimum on the potty. So so team demo ranked, Barcelona, Team Barca,
Team Barca,
mm-hmm.
Team Devo, Dave, 100%. That's the
Dave.
homie.
Mm-hmm.
Ranked Itachi, because he's like really fun to play with in ranked.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously demo would be Roniki.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna demo Itachi and take his name.
Oh, true, I could have done that. I didn't think ahead of the game.
What do you have against Roniki?
Nothing. It's just the other two. The other two are just I mean, I have nothing against him. I won Gold Rush with him in Fairy Peak.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay.
That's cool. Perfect.
Team demo ranked NRG.
Team Garrett G. This is difficult.
Well, is it difficult because you don't know who you want to play ranked with, or is it difficult because you want to demo both players?
I don't want to demo either. But I'd have to go and demo Justin and then play ranked with Squishy.
Nice. Have you ever played ranked with Squishy?
I've not. I've played against him. And it's on a YouTube video that was published like a year and a half ago. It's him and Devo against me and an EU player called Eversax.
Nice.
No way. Did you win?
We beat them twice. He beat us once, and then he put the
win
one where he beat us once in his YouTube video. Yeah.
You beat him twice and lost once.
Yeah.
And he put the one where they beat you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Squishy.
You should have demoed him.
You want to play ranked with that guy?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You definitely want to demo the fake friends. Play ranked with the real ones. Justin uploads losses. I don't even know if he does that. I'm just talking nonsense. But that's pretty funny. I think a lot of people on YouTube did that. They were just uploading only the wins.
I mean, I'd do it too. It's like
sometimes it's a bit shameful though. Sometimes it's a bit shameful. Imagine if you play 10 1v1 games against somebody and you win one of them. And then you upload one win and one of the close losses when actually all the other 8 games were just destruction. You got destroyed every time. That's a bit misleading, but I know people who have done this. Can I review Squishy's footage? I can, but I'll probably you'll strike my channel
again.
Well, you'll probably do a viewing party on my stream while striking my channel if it's these days. But
I guess we know. We know who Johnny's demoing.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, I was about to say, you mentioned Team Garrett, by the way, before you
Mhm.
leave NRG. That's another Marky Duda student. He played 2 tournaments with Garrett back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he talked
Garrett's the
a
overall
lot of praise about Garrett back before Garrett was like a big name in NA. Mark was like, this guy's smart. He's really good, actually. They were just like
Yeah.
winning every 2 tournament they played.
Garrett's
Maybe-
somebody who I'd want to team with one day.
Garrett's a really nice guy.
Mhm.
Really, really cool.
Yeah.
I think
Actually, so-
the last couple of times we did the team demo ranked with NRG, I think pretty much every time people have said team with Garrett.
Everybody,
so
yeah.
I think
It's always
people
Garrett,
feel that
yeah.
way. What about SSG team demo ranked?
Team typical.
Hmm.
Ranked Arsenal, demo Rettles.
Man, why you got to demo Reynolds?
I mean, it's nothing against him. It's just Typical's the best player. Arsenal's, fun to play with.
The
You know,
second
it's-
best player.
Yeah, and then Rettles is
The third best player.
Exactly. Fourth. I'd
Fourth.
put Chrome in front.
Roman ahead of him.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's man. Noly's got some roasts, by the way.
Yeah. He's
Got some roasts. He was
It's all
roasting so
fun
many
games.
people earlier.
Nobody come for me, please.
Don't worry,
Oh,
you're still small and fast. It's fine. You can dodge. It's no problem.
Yeah,
away.
exactly.
What about G2?
I mean, did we not talk about this earlier?
yeah, but still.
Oh,
team
Yeah, but it's
team
hard
rank.
because you got to choose
that's
between your
fucking
homies.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
I as you said that earlier. I wrote this entry in the notes. I was like, G2
Yeah.
is team demo ranked.
We imagine that Rizzo's getting demoed.
Yeah, so
If
Rizzo
we
demo.
earlier. Yeah.
I mean, I've spoke to Chicago a lot more, so I had to team with him, and
Mm.
then ranked with JNups.
Oh, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The I've played one ranked game with JNaps, way at the start of season. Sometimes you just get some crazy matchmaking. I queued up US East, got JNaps on my team, and we won 5-0 in like 30 seconds. So I was like, this is great. He just scored 5 goals and we won. The other team forfeited. I was like, that was easy.
Oh, that's a good shout actually. So Guild Esports saying do Sandrock Gaming.
That is an interesting one.
Team or Khaled. Ranked with Ahmed and then Demo Senzo.
Oh, poor Senzo. Such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's insane as well. It's even though I didn't make it sound like it was tough, it was a difficult decision between Senzo and
I wasn't sure if you were going to go because, Ahmad is known for being like the mechanical guy in that team, but I wasn't sure if you were thinking, yeah, I want to play ranked with him because he's insane, or if you're thinking, okay, don't want to play ranked with that guy because he's insane. He's just, free flipping all over the place, and we've already got me in the team to do that. Like, need Senzo over it.
Well, we got
you're plenty free flips with you and Ahmad in this field.
okay. We're getting more requests. People are into this. What about Oxygen?
Oh yeah.
team with Astral. Play
Mhm.
ranked with Josette and Demo Farah.
Oh, another podcast guest just got demoed. Per Farah.
Yeah.
What about
Poor guy.
BDS?
Team Monkey Moon.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, true. Okay, this is a tough one. Can I leave this one out?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
That's how we know to keep it in.
I will play ranked with Extra and then Demo Mark.
Per Mark.
Mark
Just
White.
on his step up year. It would be. Spanish is easier to learn than French, though. So
Is
if
it?
Monkey Moon doesn't speak, wait, actually, you're a teammate with Monkey Moon. Extra told us he doesn't really speak English very much, but how did you come in that team, Xenomoon, if Monkey Moon didn't speak English?
There was a lot less comms than there are now.
Okay.
There was days where Monkey Moon wouldn't come in scrims because he used to play like in the living room where his dad used to work as well. So
nice.
he had to mute his mic, so we
Wow,
kind of just got used to playing with each other without comms.
Interesting.
that's crazy. I just realized this right now when right at the end of this dessert section. I was like, wait a minute, we forgot about Monkey Moon not speaking English. You played with him ages ago. That's crazy.
I mean,
It's
his
a very
English isn't
simple-
that bad.
I see. This is what I'm expecting. I've never heard Monkey Man speak, but I might have on like Fairy Arcade Upstream or something. But they all say they've got bad English. They all
really
need
don't.
and they don't. Their
Mhm.
English is fine, and
Fine.
they all say that each other. Like they'll talk about how not only their own English, they'll also say, "Oh yeah, he's terrible English. He can't speak English." But they all speak English. They all speak perfect English. All the French Rocket League community, they just don't rate themselves anywhere near how good they should. It's very very common actually for.
I've actually totally scammed Farah into coming into our office tomorrow and speaking to our team. So I'm just going to rerun the podcast basically in person.
You're just gonna,
tomorrow
do live version. What's really going to happen is he's going to come to your office in France. They're all going to start speaking French, and you're just going to be left out.
Yep, well, it's just my life though. So it's just normal stuff.
Farah's awesome.
Love yes, 100%.
No, he doesn't. He damned him.
All right, Noly, that brings us to the end of the podcast, man. Where can people follow you?
Twitter.
That's
like my main.
You got a pretty strong Twitter game.
At Nolistic, got the meme.
No, my Twitter game isn't too good. I usually get called out for liking pictures of egirls.
Really? Wait, do I follow you? That's a very bluey thing to do. I do follow you.
That is a very bluey thing to do.
I never checked my homepage, so I didn't know this. So I don't even know.
I've been told off a few times by Guild. You know, I've had people message me saying,
"Guild are moderating your Twitter likes. You're not allowed to like photos."
No, I can, but it can't be. Like it can't be not exclusive. It can't be like
explicit.
Explicit ones, yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, Kylie Jenner. That must be an e-girl.
I mean, you'll be able to find.
Wow, that's a lot of likes. She must be a popular e-girl. Wow, good, very popular choice there.
Are you claiming to actually not know who Kylie Jenner is?
No, I know who Kylie is.
Okay.
Well, I know of her. I don't really know who she is.
Sure, yeah, but okay.
She's like the first billionaire something woman.
Yeah, self-made. I think.
Self-made.
Yeah, I think we all just did the same thing.
Yeah.
It's what I mean. It's whatever. She became a billionaire.
That's what she is, right?
We can give her credit for it. So.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, okay, cool. So follow this guy on Twitter. He's going to watch his Twitter replays and he's going to improve his game. And also, of course, catch him this week in the grid and the following weeks because the grid will never end. Basically, it goes on forever, right? Basically, Johnny, that's right. We're going to be casting forever. We're basically roommates now, even though we live in different countries.
We're casting grid forever, man.
Yeah,
never-ending tournament.
And we wish you good luck, man. I think we all have very high expectations because you guys are three really good players on Guild, and we'd like to see you guys playing well. It would be very, very good to see you guys go on a mad run the rest of this split.
Awesome. I've got one more thing I wanted to leak before I go.
Oh, sure.
That is Noly was worried, but he told me before coming on tonight that you wanted to double check that were we sure we'd got the right guy for the podcast as a guest because he's not very interesting. And I just wanted to say that I completely disagree with you there. I think you're extremely interesting. I'm sure that a lot of people who listen to this are going to be intrigued to have learned so much in such a short time by someone who knew all the answers before we even asked the question.
Yeah, that was really surprising. Actually, I was very impressed. I was very impressed at how ready you were for a lot of the analytical things. Seems like you think a lot about the game and how you're going to improve, and a lot of things that I think a lot of other people gloss over. So yeah, man, it's good having you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you again for having me.
Yeah,
I appreciate it a lot. And it was fun too. It wasn't like, it wasn't boring. Yeah, it wasn't painful. It was some new questions, so I liked it a lot.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks again for coming on. I am going to just do the quick outro here, and I will pull you guys out of the room.
Later, Matt. Sure. Good night, Twitch chat.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for listening to the Saltcast. You can find all the episodes, links to the YouTube and Twitch, and everything else you need in your life at my site, smelly.af. Head over there, and I'll see you in the chat for the next show.